What's up, guys? Happy Homebrew Wednesday. I hope this is the last one that I have to kind of rush to get it out, but things have been crazy. Had some people over this weekend on both Saturday and Sunday. Had a disaster of a Monday and a Tuesday, and then now it's Wednesday, and I'm rushing to get my video out. So I want to keep this video as short as I can, so definitely under 10 minutes, but also enjoyable. So, first thing, had some beer mail. I got let's see, check out one of my purchases. I've always wanted this. It is I believe it's a 2 liter? No, I think it's like a 1.5 liter growler. I've always wanted one of these, but I've just never gotten around to buying it myself. I kept putting it on my Christmas list, and I think every time I tried to buy it, they were out of stock. So I'm glad I finally have one of these. I've got coworkers who always want me to bring in beer, but I don't want to always bottle it, and now that I keg, I don't always have everything on bottle, so now that I can just fill up a growler and take it in, that's going to be awesome. So the other thing, and this is really cool, next to me in this big brown box, which, Jesus, I'm not even going to try to lift. I'm sure my mailman cursed me. This is like 60 pounds of grain, so I bought a bunch of future grains for future beers that I'm going to make. 2 of which are my test batches for my Sjporr competition beer, so I'm pretty excited. But check out how Northern Brewer now is, if you buy some of the specialty grains, check this out. So this is Victory Malt. Look how they do it. That's pretty freaking cool. That's a sealed up package. Normally when I get my grains in, I try to, if they're not sealed up in like a bag, what I'll do is I'll throw them in a 5-gallon bucket, food grade one, because that's how anal I am. Even though the food is never going to touch the bucket, I put it in a food grade bucket. Just shows you my insanity. So that's what I do. But yeah, this is really cool. It's all sealed up, which is great, especially around summertime, because I've heard and I've read a lot of you guys who have lost some of your beers to ants getting into the grain, and that sucks. So I really like that Northern Brewer's doing that. That's really cool. I might go back to buying from them again, because I really like that. So that's beer mail number 1. Beer mail number 2, got a really cool text the other day from someone who wanted to know my address. They were going to send me some beer mail. And it's a beer I've been looking and just trying to get for forever. I don't want to say the name or say who's sending it, because I don't want to jinx myself. In fact, knock on wood, and knock on wood. I'm sure some of you are going to have to ask someone else what that last knock means, but you'll figure it out. So there's that. So that is my beer mail. And then last thing with regards to beer mail, I am going to be shipping some more out soon. And then if anyone else wants to get in some beer trades, let me know. Shoot me a comment down below or a PM. Whatever, I'm down. I just had I had Sjporr over this weekend, and we were trading beers. And it was just awesome having him try it, another experienced brewer try it, and just, tell me, like, damn, this is good, I really like it. It's just nice when, you've been watching someone or following someone or, talking to someone who makes beer and, also who knows good beer and tries your stuff and is like, you know what, that's really good, I like that. It just makes you feel better. And then it's even better when you get, like, a text from them the next day and you didn't kill them with your homebrew. That's like another whoop whoop. So yeah, I traded some with SJ. I sent some of my beer to Josh for the Homebrewers Fantasy Football Payoff. He tried one of them. It sounds like I got him a little drunk on one. One of my beers was like up around 10%, and so it sounds like I got him drunk. Hopefully he wasn't late for work the next day, but I think he was quitting that job, so who cares anyways. But it's nice. I'm just kind of, the reason I'm rambling about it is it's nice to know that you make, you can send beer to someone and they enjoy it and it's good. In fact, one of those beers that I'll be sending out to 2 people in the near future is this. This is my Sjporr Winter Warmer. It's got, I don't have the grain bill in front of me, but it's basically a standard winter warmer recipe. I've made some small changes, and then it's got 2 pounds of honey, and I can't remember if 1 pound or 2 pounds of whole, real cherries, which is a plus and a minus. One of the reasons for a minus is, somehow, someway, some of the cherry skins seem to have made it into my, into this beer, which, I mean, it kind of sucks every now and again when you see like a cherry at the bottom, because then people are like, what the fuck is that? But prior to them drinking it, they love it all the way. So I've had a lot of people who don't enjoy homebrews and don't enjoy craft beer drink this and just love it. My uncle we had him over for Christmas. This was on tap then, and then I pulled it off to save it. But I had it on tap Christmas, and I had these little taster glasses. He must have had like 7 or 8 of them. And I was finally like, can you just have a full glass? Because I'm the one who's walking up and down the stairs, keep getting you these tasters. So please. And then I think he had 7 more of those glasses. So that's when I knew it was a good beer. When someone who is not big into craft brew was trying it, was just like, holy hell, this is awesome. Like, I didn't know beer could have flavor. It's like, yes it can. So that's that. So yeah, if you guys want to do beer trades, hit me up, comment, PM, whatever you want to do, and we can get into that. And so, last thing is the direction I want to take my channel going forward. I want to start doing some like Q&A sessions. So, and the reason I say that is when SJ was down here this past weekend, we were talking back and forth and spitballing, and I was telling him things that I've researched and also that I found out from my experiences. And he was saying, dude, you should put those up on videos. Like, that's great. You know, I've never heard that, but you're right. That really makes sense. You're probably right. And so one of those things is the whole idea of you have to use a secondary or tertiary. No offense to people who use secondaries and tertiaries because they think you have to, but you really don't. And the reason I say that is secondaries and tertiaries work for clearing out. As Larmo will tell you, they are amazing at clearing your beers out. But one of the things I found when doing secondaries and tertiaries is that sometimes it can screw up the beer. And here's the reason. 1, every time you transfer the beer, you risk oxidation. If the yeast is not done working, if the yeast is done working, when you transfer it over, you're adding new oxygen to the beer. So if you don't have yeast needs oxygen to survive, just like us. But if it's dead, it's not going to consume that oxygen, so that oxygen will oxidize your beer. So that's problem number 1. The second thing is, depending on what yeast strain you have, sometimes yeast strains, when they're almost done fermenting, they'll slowly drop out. And if you do what some people do when they move it over, and you don't include the like murky 2 to 3 inches at the bottom, the murky, not the dead yeast, that you can leave. But some people will, and I've seen it on your videos, people, I'm not going to name names, cause that's what a dick would do, and I'm not going to do that. But I've seen you guys do that, where you pull up your siphon, and that's still a little bit of murky in there. That's 9 times out of 10 active yeast. And if you pull that out, your beer that you've transferred over might no longer have active yeast, and you go back to problem number 1, which is oxidation. A second thing I've been reading on, and it proves the case with me, is if you transfer your beer over too early and you don't get that yeast in there, the whole aging process is not going to occur. The beer will no longer age. The reason why and let me go back a quick second. The reason why some beers age well is that yeast is still working, and it's still clearing, and it's still eating all the sugars, and it's basically doing its job. And if you kill it by leaving, a little bit of active yeast in the prior one, or just to undo conditions, and you kill it, you're not going to get that age. That's why I leave a lot of beer in the primary for a long time. And I talked to SJ, he said he started doing that more, and he was talking about some friends who have done that, and they've had great experience with it, and so have I. In fact, my Sjporr beer, which I know SJ is still sampling, he has a couple left over, he says it's awesome and it's aging well. I completely agree. I think it's aging amazing. I left that thing in the primary, I want to say, for almost 4 months. I just let it sit there. And I'm actually doing that. I believe I'm going to do that with my pumpkin beer. I'm going to bottle up one of the pumpkin beers because I have one in a little 1-gallon container. I'm going to bottle that up and see how that does. And I'm going to save some of those bottles. And then when that year hits, when I want to be able to drink the pumpkin, I'm going to keg the other 5 gallons and then kind of do a taste and see which tastes better. The one that I put into bottles, or the one that I let sit in primary for basically a year. Now, all that being said, there is one rule of thought for why people do not like to let their beer sit in the primary for for basically more than a month or two. There is a rule of thought that when the yeast dies, sometimes it can put, off flavors into your beer. I have found that is not the case. The reason I say that is, as long as you are not raising the beer into basically a above the yeast kind of tolerance, I've never had a problem. As long as the beer stays basically around 75 and below, never had a problem with that. And the reason why I think it's really not a problem is if you're storing it in the basement somewhere it stays 70 or below, say 75 below for Belgians, it doesn't seem to be a problem. And from reading it, it appears that's what the brewers in the past have done. From my research, secondaries didn't come around until the late 1800s, and even that is like it's murky to confirm it. There seem to be people that agree and disagree with the proof existing. It's basically old ramblings of someone's script in Belgian, and it's like, this guy could have been drunk, which is a high probability because beer will get you drunk. So, that was something I saw in that. But hey, look at this. It's a shocker. I'm now at the 11-minute mark, so much for finishing this beer early. So, I'm going to go drink my winter warmer, double check on the kids, make sure they're okay, and they're making it through, because those little hellraisers got sick this week, and that's why Monday and Tuesday sucked for me. So, that's it. I'm going to go upstairs, watch your guys' Homebrew Wednesday videos. If I forget to comment on anyone's movie or video, I apologize. When I'm upstairs, I'm normally watching your videos on my cell phone, and for some friggin' reason, I have trouble commenting on YouTube now that they've updated the Droid version. So, thanks, YouTube. Can't say thank you enough for screwing up YouTube again. But that's it, guys. I'm out of here. If you have any ideas about future Q&As or future ramblings that you would like me to go on or give my point of view on, please let me know. I'm happy to get into it. My next couple ones I'm thinking right off the top of my head are going to be hydrometer versus refractometer, growers versus showers, and other ramblings. Maybe Highlanders versus zombies. So, that's it, guys. I'm out. Take it easy. Enjoy your beer, and can't wait to watch your videos. Peace!